Hello there, my name is Stacy and this is Powerhouse Chat where I interview entrepreneurs, small business owners, artists, trailblazers, and just overall interesting people. Today I have the pleasure of interviewing Arella Swan. She is a social media influencer as well as a social media strategist with over 10 years of experience. She is located in the Chicagoland area, and today me and her talk a lot about relationships, the power of relationships and social media. So if you want to learn more about Arella, learn more about social media and networking, make sure you keep watching.
I went to college, and then after college, I worked in retail for 6 years. That was like my first job, like right out of college, was working in retail, and I was still doing my blog at the time, but not really serious about it. So that was my first. That was probably the first thing I was doing before anything, honestly. So I worked at Zara. So I worked there for 6 years. So I was immersed in fashion, but like not really, because it's like, when you're around clothes all day, you get discounts, but like I wasn't like, in charge of like picking out the clothes or anything like that.
Did that contribute to what you're doing now at all?
I mean, it did in a way because like I met a lot of people. So a lot of those people I still keep in touch with today. A lot of them are like in fashion. I met a lot of celebrities when I worked in retail. So like that was cool. Having a discount for retail was like cool because then I could buy clothes that I wanted to like style. So it was cool to have that like interaction with the clothes because I get to see stuff first. So like if I wanted to do a photo shoot, I could style stuff, with the clothes that I got with my discount. So that was really cool. But yeah, just the networking part. I did learn a lot about business in general, but yeah, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but it ended up being a great experience.
So you brought up working at Zara and relationships. That's awesome because that brings me into the next question. I would love to talk about like the power of relationships, the power of networking, and the importance of it, like how important it is, and because a lot of people don't understand, how important it is, and that's kind of how our relationship, like how we met, like it's important to network and build relationships and nurture those relationships. So I would love to hear about your thoughts on networking and building relationships and how important it is when you have a brand or a business.
So networking is gold in any industry, whether you're trying to start a business, a blog, influencer,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you're trying to do, it's definitely like gold because
Mm-hmm.
you never know who that person is connected to. You never know what opportunity you may get from that person, and you also may not know. You don't know who they know. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, like me and Stacy, we met because we were doing some extra work in Chicago. We would be on sets all day, and
Mm-hmm.
we all kind of like joined and got groups together because like Stacy had done it longer than me, so I was just trying to figure it out. So she was like helpful to me, and we just connected in that way, and then we connected with other people, and then they put us in contact with jobs and
Mm-hmm.
gigs that happened, and it just became a domino effect of like connection. So um, and we've been connected ever since. We worked together ever since. So it's like you just never know where those relationships go and how they may come back later. Because you may know somebody for years, you may not always like connect with them right away,
Mm-hmm.
and then like 2 years later, they're like, "Hey, I have this job, or I know somebody who needs whatever it is that you do." And then that could be an opportunity just based off of that connection you had 3 or 4 years ago. So making those connections, especially when you are trying to be out, in the influencer world, in a
Mm-hmm.
business, it literally can just change your whole life, to be honest.
Absolutely. So when we met, was that your first extra gig, or
Which one did we do first? I can't
we
remember.
did we met on set of Southside, I believe.
Was
I
it
believe.
Southside?
I think I could be wrong.
No, we met before that. I think we met on Empire first.
I don't know why I remember Southside so strongly.
That's because it was only me and you. It was like 5 people that day.
So what
Um,
episode of Empire? Like, look, I feel like an old lady. What episode of Empire did we meet on?
I remember the first thing that I did as an extra was the episode of Empire when we were in the club, and that was my first ever time doing extra
So
work.
you think that might have been when we met? Maybe, possibly, or no?
Maybe, or
Okay.
maybe like Chicago Justice. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Were you on Chicago
Dang.
Justice?
Mm-mm. I was on Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, all the, but not Chicago Justice. I've never been on that one. Mm-mm.
I don't remember. I think it was Empire or something. But yeah, so we met and then we just became cool. And she was showing me the ropes. Like, girl, this what you do. This what you do. This is because I was like, I don't know none of these people. I don't know who is who. So yeah, and then we just stay connected.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Being on set is it's a great way to network, and if you notice, a lot of people that work on set, they're all go getters, they're all hustlers. So like that's
That's
a yeah, that's a dope part about working on set. So you said you learned a lot about business working at Zara. You met a lot of celebrities. Can you tell me about that?
I think the first celebrity that I had ever encountered when I was working there was Sheree from Real Housewives of Atlanta.
In Chicago?
Yep, in
Oh wow.
Chicago.
Okay.
Bethany from Real Housewives of, I think she's Beverly Hills or New York or something. New York, maybe. I don't know. Who else? Jennifer Hudson has come in there. Who else? Karushi came in before.
Wow. You must have. Did you work downtown or?
Yeah, I worked as a
Okay.
what a mission.
That's
Yeah.
why. Okay.
The guy from I want to call him Hakeem, but that's not his name. Hakeem from Empire. What's his name?
Oh,
Rashid. Is that his name? Brashear Gray, something like
I
that.
think so. Something like that. Yeah.
So him, he like shut the store down. Like the girls was like trapping him on the revolving door because they wanted to take a picture of him. It was like insanity. Who else? Marsha Ambrosia from Floor Tree. She was really nice. She was just in there by herself, just like shopping by herself. She didn't have
Mhm.
nobody with her. She was like regular. CeeLo came in there before.
Dang, you saying a lot of people.
Girl, I was there so long. Girl, I started. I'm trying to think what it was. A lot of Empire. Soraya came in before. Tiana Taylor came in before. Um, I can't even think. But yeah, it was a lot of we got a lot of people. What's the lady name? Damn. Juliana Rancic from
Oh,
E
okay.
News.
I know you're
She
talking
shopped.
about.
She lived
Oh
in the down.
yeah, cause her husband, wasn't he like a sports player in Chicago or something? I think.
No, he was a real estate developer, and he was on The Apprentice a long time ago.
Cause I remember, but I know she was here for her husband, whatever he did. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they opened up 2 restaurants here. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, she shopped a lot. She was really nice.
That's
Yeah, so
good.
it was like a lot of people that I met, and they were all really cool. But we weren't like a luxury brand, so we didn't do like styling or anything. Like if you went into Neiman's and they would style you, we didn't do that. Like I would do it, but it wouldn't. It's not something we did because we didn't have the time, and we weren't like a luxury brand, so we weren't like, okay, we're gonna have you work with this person. Like it was like a regular retail environment, So the only person I really kind of like kept in touch with was like on Twitter was Juliana. She like I think she still follows me on Twitter, which is
Oh,
random,
okay.
but yeah, it's so. But yeah, I think that was really it. Most of the people, we didn't really want to like, cause a big deal or like, be too extra.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, that was the only one that really, I think that was the only one that I really connected with. Cause I was working with, I was like a man, I was a key holder at the time. So I like worked with her specifically. So it was like, okay, she came in, I was like, all right, I'm gonna work with you because I didn't want anything to go wrong with any of the new people and stuff like that. So I just, if it was customers that I knew either were like celebrities or, you know, somebody who needed a lot of attention, I would just do it because I'm like, I could just devote that time to them and then somebody else can, you know, do something else.
I feel like that's a great way to start your career in fashion. Can you tell me about right now, like your business and how social media has helped your business and what kind of things you offer to people?
Yeah, so I have a social media consulting business and it's called Powerhouse Chat. It's based off of my name of my blog that I had called Powerhouse Chat. So I just kind of kept the name influencer marketing and social media strategy for small businesses. And that kind of started just because I was always on social media. Like I've been on Instagram for 10 plus years. I started my blog on Tumblr back in the day. People would just reach out and be like, "Oh, I want you to wear this jacket or something." Like I started getting people asking me to like take pictures in their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't. This was before like Instagram was what it is now. It was like everybody was posting pictures of food, pictures of like artsy shoes. Like we weren't doing everything. We didn't have no reels. We didn't have music. It was
The
just,
pictures weren't even like the pictures were bad quality.
it was just like you had one filter and it was blurry. You had to use all of those apps where you type the text on stuff.
Oh my god. Yeah, I remember.
So yeah, I just started doing that. Once I started posting pictures of myself, like about outfits or like places I would go, because I started to be like, I'm gonna go to events every weekend. So I would go to like fashion events, networking events, anything that was free and networking, or not even free. I would like, spend money on events too. But any event that was like some type of networking thing or like a brand was hosting something, I would go. I would just every Saturday I would try to go to an event. And
Okay.
so I started doing that. I started meeting people. I got an internship
Magazine,
with
I
the
remember you telling me
magazine.
that.
Yeah, and then I got two internships. One with two different magazines, and then I started to do events. So then when I started to do events, I met more people, and then they're like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, I do stuff on social media." And then by then, like Instagram, Facebook, all of that stuff was just growing and growing. And so then it just became, you know, I just started doing more blogging and more blogging and the recap of events that I went to. Or I went to this networking event and I learned about these brands, like you said. Then it just
Mm-hmm.
kept going. So and now, my brand is, you know, it's pretty streamlined now, and I do multiple things. So yeah, so yeah, that's just kind of how I got started. It just kind of happened.
It kind of just all aligned like it was supposed to happen, like that. I
Cause
forgot
back
about that magazine,
then,
but I remember you told me about it. But I forgot about
yeah,
that.
cause back then, like there was no jobs, no social media manager jobs. Like that wasn't even the thing. Like
Yeah.
the people were still trying to figure it out. So yeah, I guess you know I was ahead of my time back then, and then it just grew into now.